How's it going, man?
Daniel, I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm great, man. It's so good to see you. Thank you so much for staying up for us.
Yeah, no worries, guys.
Yeah, hey, everyone, why don't you go ahead and say hi to Engelo?
Hi. Hello.
Angelo,
Hey, what's going on, everyone?
we're in your future. It's Saturday here.
Yeah.
You want some stock tips?
Well, it's a Saturday here too, mate. It's just very, very early on Saturday.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Thanks again, man. Thanks again. I hope you had a good nap. Hello.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Thanks for having me, guys. It's a pleasure.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Well?
Yeah. Let me just double check a connection real quick. Okay, I think we're good to go. Okay, Angelo. Yeah. I thought maybe we start off today and maybe just tell people about your story a little bit and how you got started. I think it's a real interesting story. If you don't mind just starting off there and then maybe tell people what you're doing right now.
Sure. So pretty much, guys, how I got started in real estate was just over 4 years ago. I quit school at a very young age. I was only 14 years old when I quit school. And the reason why I quit school was to, chase my dreams in becoming a professional soccer player, which I did achieve at the age of 18. I actually played professional soccer in Hong Kong for 6 months.
Nice.
So that was a dream come true, as you can imagine. I mean, there's a lot of kids out there, dreaming to become professional soccer players that never become a professional soccer player, and I actually did.
Wow.
Now, unfortunately, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, things didn't work out there, and I kind of left Hong Kong and I moved back to Australia. And when I moved back to Australia, I just decided that I had to find something else in life because I didn't think that playing soccer any further would give me the lifestyle that I wanted, because I just thought there's just too much competition out there and I won't achieve the level of success that I was hoping to. So, without having any formal education whatsoever, I, went out to try and find the job. And the only job that I could find was, labouring on a dirty construction site in commercial buildings in downtown Sydney.
Right.
So I was pretty much labouring for a good 2 years.
Uh-huh.
And, the life-changing moment came to me when I got given a book by a good friend of mine, which was Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Okay? And as soon as I read that book, that just kind of brainwashed me. And it started... it got me thinking about business. It got me thinking about finance. It got me thinking about assets, versus liabilities, and how I can invest my money for my money to work for me instead of me working for my money. And don't forget, I was working as a labourer. I was working all day, every day. It's a tough job. It's a dirty job. A lot of the people that you work with, a lot of your co-workers aren't educated.
Right.
They will talk down on you and they won't treat you well.
Yeah.
So, what I did there is I just kind of started reading more and more books. I started attending seminars. I started attending conventions, expos. I started asking questions of people who are where I wanted to be, right? And I pretty much am where I am today because of those questions, because of those seminars. And, Jim Rohn has a saying. He says, formal education will earn you a living while personal development will give you a lifestyle. And that is something that I focused on. I focused on personal development. I focused on getting myself to be where I am today. I focused on talking to people who are where I wanted to be.
Right.
And one thing led to another. As I kind of started associating myself with people that were in business, finance, real estate, they had their own companies, they were doing really well. I got a job with who was one of my first mentors. He's got a $50 million company right now in Sydney, Australia. And he kind of took me under my wing. He's also a young guy, only 3 years older than me. And, he believed in me and he loved my passion. And I kind of worked under him for a good year. And he taught me the foundations of real estate. And, I must say that a lot of the things that I know today is because of him. And the foundations of real estate that he taught me would be buying, finding deals, negotiating, talking to buyers, talking to realtors, project managing rehabs, cutting costs on rehabs, and just pretty much everything and anything that you could possibly imagine, in real estate. So, I guess, me being the entrepreneurial person that I am and just having this crazy head, I'm always looking at doing all kinds of things, right? I'm like in 100 places at once. I wanted to venture out on my own. So what I did is I combined the experience that I had in labouring and construction with the knowledge that I gained of working for this real estate investor as his apprentice, and that kind of led me to flipping. Right? And here we are today. I'm based in Toledo, Ohio right now. I've got a company. It's called Ohio Cashflow. We buy rundown, distressed properties. We fix them up to a great standard. We've got in-house property management that gets the properties tenanted. And then we pretty much work with investors from all around the world, East Coast, West Coast, UK, Canada, Australia, and we sell them, turnkey properties predominantly here in Toledo. But in the very near future, we're looking at expanding, further into Ohio, potentially franchising out into Michigan and Indiana.
Yeah. What is it about Toledo? Very good, very good. What was it about?
Daniel, yeah, great question, mate. Look, once again, I'm just going to go back to when I first started my entrepreneurial journey. The first mentors that I had, they all advised me that don't focus on the stats and demographics of a particular area, deal, or business model, okay? Because at the end of the day, it's never the stats and demographics that are going to cost you money. It's always doing business and trusting the wrong people, okay? The saying goes, business is easy, people make it difficult. So before I jump into any new venture, before I jump into any new joint venture, like as in a deal or a business venture, I always make sure that I have the right people around me that believe in the same bigger picture and vision that I do. There's four things that I look for: loyalty, honesty, no greed, and respect. Okay? I'll repeat them. Loyalty, honesty, no greed, and respect. Once I find people that possess those four traits, then and only then will I start to look at the actual stats and demographics of a particular deal, area, or a business venture. Right? So in this case, Toledo, when I moved to the US, I had no bloody clue where Ohio even was. Not to mention even Toledo, right? But I made sure that I established the trust and relationships with key people on the ground that are going to be my foundation of whatever it is that I'm looking at doing here. And at the time, I was just looking at investing. Ohio Cashflow, the business that we've got right now, that kind of evolved as I continued growing my relationship with all of these individuals. So that's the short answer to Toledo. Why Toledo? Once I found these individuals, and we kind of had the same things in common, then I started looking at the numbers in the deals. And I don't want to talk too much about my market and where I work, because that's not the point of this interview. But what the reality of the fact is, mate, I have not found I have not found numbers in any other market across the US that are better than what they are here in Toledo, and I haven't found better quality of areas and properties for the prices that we can buy here in Toledo. Right.
One thing from your Bigger Pockets interview that I was really impressed with was that process that you went through vetting people before you work with them. And I remember you were telling Josh and Brandon about a technique that you used with your emails and just like reaching out to people and telling them, hey, look, I'm not looking to do anything with you right now, but maybe in 6, 8, 12 months, down the line, maybe we can work together. Can you talk a little bit about how that process works and why you sort of adopted that strategy and what the results of that were?
Sure, Daniel, great question. Well, mate, look, trust, okay? Trust is the key word here. Trust is built over time, not over one phone call, email, Skype call, or meeting, okay? So, I strongly believe, and unfortunately, here in the US and when I was in Australia, there's a lot of people looking at making a quick profit, okay? And us as real estate investors, in order for us to get to where we need to be, right, buying 1 or 2 properties from someone is not going to give us financial freedom, okay? If you're purchasing properties in the Midwest, you have to buy 10, 15, or 20 properties. And once you buy these properties, you still need those people on the ground to hold your hand throughout the lifetime of the investment. So anyone looking at just selling you 1 or 2 properties very quickly is not the right person that you want to be doing business with. Because as I said, you need someone that will be willing to hold your hand throughout the lifetime of the investment and that will be there for you 5, 10, 15 years later down the track. If they're not going to be there for you, well, at least they have to have a good infrastructure wherever they are, so that infrastructure can assist and continue serving your needs moving forward. So that's kind of the basis of that question that I believe that a lot of investors should pop is, are you willing to spend enough time building trust and relationship, trust and relationship with me before I make that next step, before I make that decision. 6 months, 9 months, 12 months from now.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, any genuine operator and anyone that is not looking for a quick profit, that is indeed for this business for delayed gratification, will say, of course, I'm more than happy to spend that time and build that relationship with you. Because don't forget, mate, we're talking about someone's life here. I know this because I've got fellow Australians that, have horror stories of them losing their lifetime savings here in the US, trusting the wrong people. So spend the single day asking me about what do I think about a particular area, and I say, you're getting it wrong, guys. You have to make sure that you have the right people and that those right people have your best interest at heart. And look, I can tell you this, mate, real estate is going to be a roller coaster ride. There's going to be many ups and downs, okay? But at the end of the day, you want to have the right people that have your best interest at heart, that are going to communicate with you properly, and that will make sure that they eliminate any hurdles that eventually come, on that journey. So, as I said, going back to what you initially asked, it's a great question just to eliminate the non-genuine professionals looking for a quick profit. And I believe that 99% of them will be eliminated with that one question, because no one is willing to wait to build that relationship. They all want to make money, and they all want to make money now.
I'm actually, I started adopting that technique myself when I started reaching out to operators. And I just borrow it straight from your book, and I tell them, hey, look, I'm not looking to invest next week, but maybe 6 months from now, 9 months from now, a year from now, if we build the right relationship, this might be something I'm interested in. And I feel like, I think that it helps to sort of unearth motivations quickly. You can kind of see what type of responses I get from that, and that sort of lets me know where they're at in terms of what they're thinking about.
Oh, definitely, mate. Definitely. I mean, it's a very powerful question. It's one that I've used. And look, I guess I get a lot of people kind of also pop that question up to me now when we look at working with investors. And look, a ton of investors, unfortunately, mate, a lot of people want something for nothing these days. And as much as I want to help everyone, I really go out of my way to do as much as I can. But, mate, having 4 full-time staff to run 3 different business ventures, I mean, I get over 100 emails when I wake up every morning. It's just not feasible for me to help everyone with my advice. So, I can kind of eliminate people that I know that are just trying to suck as much information out of me as possible, but don't really have a genuine interest in working with me or our company or whatever it is that we're doing. So, that's another thing that operators like myself have to look out for too, because there is a lot of people, mate, out there that want a lot of information, but they don't have a genuine interest of working with you. And as I said, mate, right now I'm looking at helping myself and helping my business and helping the people around me before I go out and save the world. You know what I mean?
You have to make sure the business is strong first before you can help out other people.
Of course, mate.
What have been some of your success stories or experiences working with overseas investors? Like, how's that gone, and how's that process been?
Yeah, mate. Well, look, we're only a young company, Daniel. We only started Ohio Cashflow in April of last year. I mean, we've got a handful of investors. We've got around 7 investors on board, 11 properties that we've sold thus far on the management. And what we've created thus far, mate, is a huge hype and buzz. I mean, people are banging down our door wanting to work with Ohio Cashflow because, I mean, I believe we offer one of the best products out there. I don't know anyone in the country that offers turnkey properties at market or below market value, right? And I also don't know anyone in the country that turns down more investors than they take on. I mean, we have turned down over 15 investors in the last 6 months. And I mean, the reason for that is, mate, I believe that we're your eyes and ears, heart and soul on the ground here in Toledo. And if someone can't trust us, well, do not invest with us, right? And that's what I always tell everyone. And I guess at the end of the day, if someone wants to be too involved with the process, I also suggest that they should just do it themselves. It's pointless investing for a turnkey company if you want to be so involved. So, we kind of have to evaluate certain investors and see if we're a right fit for them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And as I said, we're known for not for turning down more business than we take on. But mate, look, UK investor on board. He's bought one of our turnkey properties. We've done a joint venture thus far on an A-class retail flip. We're just about to close on that property on Wednesday. He's going to make a nice
hello.
$10,000 cash lump sum profit. Look, mate. Everything we do is very limited.
Right.
So every about my direct email, they call me. Hello?
Hello. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello,
kinda,
hello?
Sorry. Hello.
I lost you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Let me.
Hello?
Hello.
Yep, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Sorry. Slight technical difficulty. Sorry, Angelo. Hey, can I call you? Can I call you right back? Sorry about that. Can I call you right back? I'm gonna change Wi-Fi's.
Yep, sounds good.